Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be back myself after taking some time in September to celebrate my birthday, my anniversary, and the autumn equinox. So I thought I would take a minute today to share with you my second-hand thrifted, somewhat minimalist altar. This is kind of my everyday altar. It's also an altar that I would use during full moon rituals or any other magical workings that I would be doing. So I thought I would take you through this and tell you about how I came across some of these items. So let's start here. I always keep flowers or some kind of greenery, something, sometimes a seasonal type of plant on my altar to remind me of the impermanence and beauty of nature. And I have it here in this little brass vase. If you notice, a lot of the things on my altar are brass. I really like working with brass. It just kind of has a warm, worn-in feeling that I really appreciate. That vase itself was a gift a few years ago, so I actually didn't pay anything for it, but I have seen them at places like Goodwill and other thrift shops for just a few bucks. In front of that, I have my what I call my focus crystal. This is a crystal that I keep charged on my altar to kind of just hold energies for me, and a lot of times I'll keep it covered with a black cloth just to keep any negative energies or rogue energies from getting in there. And you can't tell, but it's pretty good size, it's pretty hefty, and it's beautiful. This was a gift from my daughter for a winter solstice gift, so I'm not exactly sure how much it cost, but it was, like the vase, a gift. Moving right along, this is my incense burner. I think I paid a total of $1.50 for it, again at a thrift shop, and it seems my little incense has gone out. Alright, so I've gone and relit that incense. I am using today Auric Blends Amber Scented Incense. I've been using Auric Blends since I was probably 12 to 13 years old. And these are backflow incenses, so sometimes they have a little bit of a hard time staying lit in some of these burners with a little less airflow, but you can see now. There it goes. And I like the Auric Blends incense because it's always been just kind of a subtle scent and it's not overpowering, and I live in kind of a small space, so any kind of incense that puts off a heavy scent or a lot of smoke can be really irritating, so I try to stick with things that have more of a natural scent and a little less smoke. And there you go. You can put the little lid on. Maybe it'll stay lit. It'll keep doing its thing. There it goes. Lovely. Moving on. This is actually a tiny little singing bowl that I found, again, secondhand. It was probably $1. The little ones like this are really hard to play, but they make great little candle holders. Again, it's also brass. And that is my fire elemental, a depiction of that. Moving on, this is a brass cup that I use for feasts and libations. I paid $1.99 for this at a antique shop in my tiny little town that I live in, and it just matched everything so well, and I had to come home with me. And so that represents water on my altar. Then we move to the center. I always have an offering bowl This one, it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can get that. It's etched with what looks like a dragon design. It's very beautiful. And I use this bowl to to pour libations. My incense ash usually goes in there. Let's go out again. Oh, still going. Lovely. And that is just what that is. It's an offering bowl. And I have these 2 candles here. You might be wondering what they're for. And they are simply for light. They symbolize balance, but most importantly, so that I can see. Moving on, here we have a beautiful pendant that was a gift from my husband, my son, and my daughter for my birthday. It is a crescent moon labradorite pendant, one of my favorites. I wear it very often, though I'm not wearing it right now. See if I can get a little bit better view. And then above my flowers, just move this out of the way, is a Wheel of the Year. I don't necessarily celebrate these holidays by these names, but this is a beautiful depiction of the change of the seasons and the cycles of nature. And I also found that at Goodwill, I think it was, and it was all of $7, if you can believe that. There we go. Okay, moving on to the altar cloth I have here. This is actually it's a pillowcase. It's a pillowcase, but you make do. But it's 100% silk, made in India, and it has this beautiful beading just all over us. Beautiful embroidery artwork, and on the corners are these cute little silk tassels that hang. And the table itself is something that I got on the side of the road, so it was free. Let's see. It used to be a lot taller, but I kind of sawed some of the legs off and made it shorter and better for an altar. And here I have a drawer that I use to hold my spell book. Isn't that convenient? It's always right where I need it, and this drawer keeps it nice and clean and protected and kind of hidden away. And in the drawer I just have some odds and ends and bits and bobs. A beautiful scarf that was given to me when I was probably all of 12 years old. I have a tendency to hang on to some things when they're important. So there you go. The book just sits right in there, nice and safe for when I need it. And beyond that, I have just a salt lamp and a rabbit fur. I did not buy this. Again, this is another gift, but I honor it by having it there. My salt lamp, some herbal medicinal tinctures up there that I use for relaxation and my own health. And to the right, I have a couple of staves that I've collected over the years. Yeah, that's what's over there. Yeah, not much over that way, just my bed. It's a small space, so I do the best I can with the room that I have. So there you have it. That is my minimalist, thrifted, second-hand altar. And I thought I might mention also that these candles, you get them in a pack of, I think, like 20 or something for like $6 at a craft store. I don't know if you guys have Michael's where you are, but we have Michael's, and I got those, a big box of them, and they're just these basic little votives that work perfectly. So there you have it. There's my altar for right now. Come, different seasons, I might change up the altar cloth. I try to change out the flowers every full moon. If it's a holiday like the winter solstice, I might add a few things like some greenery, maybe some different colored candles even, just to kind of set the mood. But ultimately, this is my altar, And I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I will be releasing my first book next year in 2022 that talks about how I use this altar magically and spiritually. I have a very specific way that I do things. That book will be called Sagecraft, a handbook to understanding nature and magic, so keep an eye out for that. Beyond that, yeah, I guess that's about it. One more thing, I promise, just one, is that I will be resuming doing my regular podcast now that September is over, so I look forward to sharing all of that with you. I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you soon.